Hi everyone, this is a video that's been very much asked for during the season and in the past seasons as well. I don't have a whole lot of bets, and it seems like punters want to have more bets than I'm really prepared to put off. So how do I make it so few bets? Well, basically because the results prove that's a profitable way for me to go in my betting. Just my betting, it may be profitable for others to do it another way. For me, it's profitable, and that's why I do it like that. So today I'm going to talk about the selection process that I use, but I'm also going to talk about a lot of things that everything changes in betting all the time. So I'll talk about that as I go through as well. So anyway, the selection process, and firstly, because most of my bets are ante-post, whether that'll continue I'm not really so sure, but most of my selections are ante-post for Cheltenham Festival at the moment. So on an ante-post selection, or any selection, is will it run? Especially, you may be betting it on a Monday for a Saturday race, it's still an ante-post bet. Will it run? And that's a big consideration. A lot of horses are declared for all different races, and you've got to be very, very sure in your own mind that horse will run. Is this its target? Now, it could be, if you're betting on a race before Cheltenham, that although it may run, it may not be its target. It may be a prep race for another race down the line. So you've got to be sure that it's your target and that this is the primary goal. And then also you've got to be sure that it's a sound horse, especially if you're betting a couple of months prior to the race. You've got to find sound horses then. You don't want to be backing the Chacoan Poursois of this world, who just continually is out with niggly little injuries, doesn't make the track as often as he really should. No doubting his ability, he's a fantastic horse, but he's not on the racetrack enough to be looking at an ante-post bet on him. I mean, like, you could have taken the plunge on him a week and a half before Cheltenham, and then you end up not getting a runner. All right, some of them are non-runner, no bet by then, but you get my drift about, like, you got to know it's the horse's target, plus you've got to know it's a fit horse that you're prepared to back in an ante-post market. Then, can it win? Now, clearly with Cheltenham, horses that got bucking for it at Cheltenham every year and run well there are suited to the track. They can handle the razzmatazz of the festival, and so they're obviously horses that you would look at, especially if they've won there before or they've gone very close to winning. Then of course they can win. If not, and you're looking at a horse for Cheltenham, then you should be looking at, has it got the form, like graded form, and if not, then you've got to factor that into what price you're getting. If you're betting a novice hurdle winner and it's running against horses that have got graded form, then you should really be getting a better price than the graded winners, because it's already proved it can win in that grade, but your horse hasn't proved that yet. Especially in the novice events, you tend to find, all right, Shiskin did manage to climb up, but Envoy Allen had won in Grade 1 company already, and you tend to find that the horses that win these races are proven in that grade. Sam Crow had won a Grade 1, he won a novice chase at the festival, and Champ had won at that level as well. So you've got to be looking for horses that can win in that grade. So can it win is quite important. It's the second part of what I look at. Value is very, very important. It's only your assessment of value, of course, and this is something I'm going to have to very seriously look at with the festival in mind, because I can look at my bets for the festival, and in the main I didn't really do very well on the value grounds for the whole season at Cheltenham. Obviously I did with Potter's Corner and Asterion for Lawns, where they both halved in price. Now that's what you're looking for in an ante-post bet. Now I didn't achieve that at all. Honeysuckle, for all that, like, some of my bets were before I put it up, And all right, I put her up at 5-1. She went off 9-4, but she was available at 4-1 on the day. Lost in Translation was put up at 9-2, was available at 9-1 on the day. And Dolcita was put up at 8-1. She was available at 10-1 on the day. Riders on the Storm was put up at 16. She's probably the best of all my bets. He's put up at 16. She was available at 12s on the day. And the other horses were roughly similar. I've got no value out of those bets. I've put bets off that basically I didn't achieve anything by putting them off. And what I mean by didn't achieve anything, I didn't know it was going to definitely stay fit. All right, it's a sound horse, but all these horses, they all made the festival, but they were sound horses. It was their targets, but I haven't achieved anything if I've taken that price long before the race and then it's gone off at the same price or been available the same price on the day. Because all I've done is tie my money up and achieved nothing because I could have got that price on the day. So that's a very important thing, and it does suggest to me that because my two bets out with the festival halved in price, yet I couldn't seem to get much below a price that was available on the day at the festival, it does suggest that the festival markets are so tight that you're not really achieving much by betting in these markets. Now, people will say, I talked about Shiskin at 16-1. Well, I wrote a tweet on on him at 16-1, but I didn't try to get bets off. And like by the time I would have tried to get a bet off and make a video up, Shiskin was into 8s, half the price, and then not value. And then, of course, the people that backed Shiskin after he won at Huntingdon at 9-4 and 5-2, they've watched that horse win at 6-1. So value is very, very difficult to get at the festival now, and you've got to evolve with the things that are evolving around you. Now, I am starting to worry about the Cheltenham Festival, anti-post, and the value aspect of, can you get much value? Clearly, if you know a novice is a really hot novice and you know which race it's going to and you can get 16, 20-1, then you're probably going to get value there. But that's the thing with it. In box one, can you tick that? Will it run in that race? Because as soon as you start betting in the any race market, you're taking the odds down all the time. So yeah, is it value is going to have to be far higher on my agenda, and what sort of odds is this going to be available on the day? Then I also have to look at the fact of, would I walk over hot coals with my bare feet to put this bet off? You've got to be, like I said with the value grounds, you've got to be really keen that this horse is going to win. You got to go through, will it run, can it win, is it value? But then you've got to be absolutely convinced in your mind that this can beat the rest of the horses in the race, because you are going in there to bet it, and you've got to be prepared. Like for me, I think about it like I have to walk through my rival fans into a bookmaker's that has that's going to give the money to my rival club. That's the only way I can do it, because I don't want to put bets off that aren't good bets. And some of them aren't. Even if you go through all this process, some of them will still be poor bets. For all I've had 7 winners and 4 placed horses, there's still 11 losers in that. Now, they may be 2nd or 3rd placed horses in a win bet, or they might be 5th placed or 6th placed in an each way bet, but they still didn't return any money. And I want returns. I don't do this for a fun thing to do. I know that possibly lots of other videos and all that do, partly for fun and they're entertaining videos and all that, but mine are, I am out to beat the bookmaker. Make no mistake, it's not about anything else for me, it's about trying to win. I put these videos up to try and prove I can win as a golf caddy, as a normal guy in the street, I can win. And so it's very important to me that I only put the best of my bets on. If I'm half-hearted in any way, if I think there's any way that this may not do well or be a good bet, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not putting bets on the 1,000 guineas just now, or the 2,000, or the Derby or the Oaks. I haven't even seen these horses out this season. I'm not going to be prepared to put my view up and have people. I know that it's entertaining, but I don't know anything about how they've trained on. So why am I giving a view? I'm not going to be prepared to part with hard cash on these sort of horses, so I shouldn't be telling anyone else to do it either. And that is on to box 5. Your big advantage over the bookmakers, you do not have to have a bet. No one is forcing you to put this bet off. Even if you would walk over hot coals to put it on, you don't have to. They have to offer you odds. You don't have to have the bet. It is your money. And I would recommend to people that are maybe struggling, not doing well, to say, right, okay, well, I'm only going to have a few bets this season, and I'm going to try and do better. I'm going to put all my best bets off. And even if you're getting to that stage, would you go into box 6? Would you take that money out? It could be used for your golf membership, it could be used for your season ticket, it could be used for a kid's present, it could be used to take a partner away. Are you prepared now to take that money and, like, say £100, 5 £20 notes, and hand it over, recognising that you know, if you have to think about, like, going into, say, as a Celtic fan, going into a Rangers bookmaker and putting £100 on the table, or as a Rangers fan putting £100 into a Celtic bookmaker. Now, you don't know you're getting that money back. No one does when they put a bet off. But if you think about it in that terms, would you, after all that criteria, would you take it out your wallet and do that rather than pay for the kid's present or part your season ticket? You have to be that confident, and you'll still back losers. Like I've said, I've backed 11 out of 22 that haven't returned me any money, and they all hurt, especially the ones that didn't run. They hurt the most. Didn't even get a run and I've given my money away. So this is my process, and these are the things I have to think about. And even when I get to that stage, then I have a staking plan and a betting bank, but I haven't really wanted to go into that stage of it yet. I want to go into the selection process and how hard that is. And I really am at the moment at the stage with stage 3 of wondering about Cheltenham, and is there enough value in the Cheltenham markets to be having anti-post bets because of what I've said about. But at the moment, I'll continue with the videos, of course. They've been profitable. I love doing them. I love doing the weekly reviews of the racing, but I really will have to look at whether that value is there for next season. But anyway, it's because people have asked for it. That's my selection process. Will it run? Can it win? Is it value? Would I give the money to Rangers, essentially? I know they're going to honour the bet, but would I give the money to them, knowing that my advantage is I don't have to bet, and also that I have to be prepared to put this off? Even though I'm taking the top price, obviously, I've got to be prepared to put that off in cash. Would I really do it? Is it that important to me? I'd rather do that than pay for a present, etc. That is my selection process. That is how I find my bets. That's how I've had the bets I've had. Whether I can continue that, Lord only knows. But it's been successful to now, and I just have to hope that that can continue. But that's my selection process and how I go through it. So anyway, may have some flat videos this season, but thanks for watching today. Hope you're all staying safe, and I'll say bye for now and be back to you soon.